What's up, YouTube family and cousins? It's your boy Malik CEO, and we are here with a new video. Y'all, it has been a year since I posted on my YouTube channel, and that is the purpose of today's video, catching y'all up to speed on where I've been, what's been going on in my life, and also answering some Q&A questions. But before we get into the video, if you're not with the CEO family, then who you with? Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click that notification bell so you can know when I post more content. And go ahead and give this video a thumbs up because, y'all, the questions that were sent in is juicy. I got questions from when I asked for some Q&A questions before, and then I got some that I recently asked on my social media platforms. So go ahead and stay tuned to this video. Okay, y'all, so I'm pretty much just bringing up the questions now on my phone. Y'all did have a lot of questions. So I do want to say thank you to everybody that did participate and ask me additional questions, because I know I done asked y'all twice before and still ain't done the video. Here is the video, y'all. I'm doing the video now. So the first question is what you've been up to. So honestly, y'all, I just been working, school, and really just taking my health serious. That's really what I've been up to. And that's kind of why I haven't been on YouTube. I'm gonna go a little bit more in detail because I feel like people asked similar questions, but it was like worded different. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to. The next question states, and this is a good question. This person stated, with you starting back doing your content or your YouTube videos, what is your end goal and do you have a plan? So my end goal with YouTube is honestly for me to get to a point where YouTube becomes a stream of income for me. And also for me to build like a platform and to also build a brand. I would love to one day be able to have like a podcast where I bring people on and do stuff like, you know how Carisha Please is? Like, I would love to do that. But like in the comfort of like my own home or like my own space or something. I would love to do that. As far as a plan, I don't really have like a plan wrote out. That's something that I actually need to do. I just know the first thing that I got to start doing is being consistent with posting on social media, not even just YouTube. I think I need to start tapping into TikTok as well. But yeah, that's my whole plan with getting back into content creation or doing YouTube videos, whatever the case may be. The next person stated, and this is kind of like a different question. They stated, what Halloween monster would you be for Halloween? And then somebody asked something similar to this as far as like, would I dress up for Halloween? Really, I wouldn't dress up for Halloween, but if I did, I think I would choose to be Pennywise. I don't know, y'all, that clown has always just been creepy to me, but I feel like it's a good Halloween costume. I don't know. I'll probably be Pennywise, to be honest. The next question states, what made you stop posting on YouTube? So honestly, y'all, I got busy with work and school, because I went back to school. I went back to graduate school to get my master's degree, this time in business administration. So I've been doing that now for a little over a year. And like with me working full time, going to school, and then also this year I had a health issue that's still ongoing. Doing YouTube or doing videos has been like the last thing on my mind. And then also I'm a big critic of myself. So like when I would start to do like certain videos, I wouldn't like the way they look, or I wouldn't get enough videos. I'd be like, okay, forget it. Like, yo, I got so many videos in my phone of where I've started and haven't finished it. So now I'm just getting back into being consistent, but that's really what I've been doing, y'all. It's just, life has been lifing, for real, if we just being honest. Somebody asked, was it hard? Okay, I think what they're trying to ask is, they said, was it hard with you going back to school? Honestly, it hasn't been hard. It's just for me, and I learned this in undergrad, you have to have time management skills when it comes down to school. When it comes down to life in general, you just have to have time management skills. So that's something that I've developed in undergrad that has helped me with graduate school. But it wasn't hard at all. I applied, and the program that I'm in at the particular college that I go to, they wanted me to come to campus. So I did kind of have to go through a few hoops for me to get into the online program, because they wanted me to have like more experience. And it was just a lot. But overall, no, it was not hard for me to go back to graduate school, even though I said I was never going back. Okay. Somebody says, what do you do during the week? So during the week, y'all, I work unless I'm off. I work and then I got school. Literally, I will work from 9 to 6, and then I would get off of work, really just do homework after that. That's what I be doing during the week. Somebody said, where is your mom from? My mother is from Wilson, North Carolina, right where I'm from. Some of y'all probably don't even know. If you're not familiar with North Carolina, you probably don't even know where Wilson is, but it's a small town. Somebody asked, what do you like to do? Honestly, I like to shop. If it's online shopping, in-store shopping, that's probably what you would catch me doing. That's what I like to do. And I like going and trying like different things, like different restaurants. I like going to the movie theaters. That's something that I've recently tapped into and started doing, is like actually going to the movie theater. And then also, I enjoy traveling. Whenever I have the money and whenever I have the time off from work, I actually like traveling, even if it's back home. Like, I like the whole process of preparing for the trip, getting everything, booking, being there, the whole 9 yards. Like, I like taking trips, even if it's small trips. This is a loaded question. I think I may save this for a little bit later in the video. So we're gonna skip that. So the next question states, do you believe in marriage? And if so, would you like to get married one day? I definitely do believe in marriage. And yes, I would like to get married one day. Which is a change of heart for me, because I always believed in marriage, but I was always at one of being like, I don't really care if I ever get married or not. But now I'm in a different headspace. Like, I actually want to get married one day. Next question. Oh, y'all trying to get all in my personal business. Somebody said, do you want to have kids one day? And if so, how many? At least 2 kids. I definitely want to have 2 kids to kind of carry on like my family tree. And I think a minimum for me would be 2. I want at least 2 kids, because me growing up in a household being the only child, even though I had siblings on my dad's side, we have like big age gaps. It was kind of lonely being the only child. I'm not even gonna hold you. So yes, I do want to have kids one day, and I want at least 2 kids. And somebody said, what car you want? So I actually just bought a vehicle. I bought an SUV not too long ago. I think it's been about a month since I bought my truck. So I really don't want another car right now, but I know within about 2 to 3 years, your boy gonna be ready for something else. But if I had to choose like an SUV, like if I had the money and one day I'm gonna get it, I want either an Escalade or a fully loaded Tahoe. But honestly, right now I'm fine with what I got. I love it. That's why I picked it out. But I do want me a little daily driver, like an older Honda Accord, like a 2009, 2010, something like that, like an older Honda Accord, like an everyday car is what people call it. Somebody said, what did you eat for breakfast? This got to be somebody that don't know me. Y'all, I don't really eat. I don't really eat until later in the day. I don't really eat breakfast. So I didn't eat breakfast today. Now, if you would have caught me yesterday, I definitely got me a little chicken biscuit combo from McDonald's yesterday, and it was good. Not even gonna hold you. Okay, so I guess I'll go ahead and get into this loaded question. Somebody said, how was it coming out to your family and friends as being bisexual/gay? Somebody being nosy. So it just felt like a weight being lifted off of my shoulders when I finally did that, because I felt like it was just like a secret that I've been keeping to myself, honestly, since like middle school. Because I think middle school was when I first started to figure out like, okay, I'm also attracted to, not only am I attracted to the opposite sex, but I'm attracted to the same sex as well. And that's something that I've held on to literally until I became grown and I moved here to Texas. And I think that's going to be, that has to be a story time that I do separate as well within itself. But essentially to kind of tell how it all happened, I think this was the beginning of last year, so the beginning of 2023. Well, let me back it up further than that. Back in high school, and my cousin Kaija probably don't even remember this. I came out to my cousin Kaija back in high school. And when I tell you that girl kept that secret, did not tell nobody, it never came out, nothing. Locked in for life for that. But back to 2023. So I have been praying for like a long time, basically for God to let me live like in my truth and let me be who he made me to be. And basically just me just living in my truth, to sum that up. And I added that into my prayer, and I would just pray about it, and I would pray like every day about it. And one day, I kid you not, I woke up one morning and I had like this overwhelming feeling to come out to my parents. And in the back of my head, I'm like, Malik, you're not gonna do it. Like, you're not gonna come out. Like, you're not gonna come out. Like, this was a secret in my mind at the time of being like, okay, I'm gonna take this to the grave, and it's not gonna go anywhere. But I just had this overwhelming feeling. I literally went in my notes. I wish I can find what I said. I think I can go back in my text message thread. But I literally typed up in my notes, me coming out to my parents, and I locked my phone. I'm like, okay, I feel a little bit better because I typed it out, but I'm not gonna send it to him. I lay down, and it's like I just had this agitating like feeling of like, no, you need to send it. You need to send it. So I literally copied the message, pasted it, and sent it to both of my parents and put my phone on do not disturb and like turn my phone over. And I think like 20 to 30 minutes later, I looked back at my phone and I saw where my dad responded and my mom responded, and then my mother had called me, like she had been trying to call me. And essentially, to sum it up, because this is a long story, my parents were very supportive. I'm gonna be honest, my parents kind of were on the same type of time of like, you know, we knew we were just waiting for you to come out and just live in your truth, because that's not something for us to make you or force you to do. Very supportive, like, you know, we love you, we're proud of you, it doesn't change anything, any feelings that we have about you. And yeah, that was like me coming out to my parents. After I did that, I think I had told like my two cousins that I'm like the closest with or whatever. I told them, very supportive, same kind of reaction, whatever the case may be. And then I had told like some close friends. And then eventually I think I posted like on both of my social media platforms, well, Snapchat and Facebook. And I think that's kind of how the majority of people found out. And then also, I was kind of strategic with me telling my parents, because one thing I know about my parents, they're going to talk. So I knew that they were going to tell other people, because I was still kind of like scared to do this. So I knew they were going to do that, and they did. So that's kind of how that whole thing happened. But I would have to do like a whole separate video on that, because that was just a lot. Jesus. Let me see if I can get another question. That was a lot. So somebody asked, well, this is kind of like a statement. This got to be somebody that know me. They said, can you talk about your health and what's been going on? So basically, I've been having this stomach issue for years. I think literally right after I graduated high school, like 2018, I started having like this stomach issue. And initially, it would be triggered by like anxiety, like me moving into like my college dorm, or me doing like a big purchase, me moving into my first apartment, me moving to Texas, whatever the case may be. Like I would have like this stomach ache, and like I would throw up. So I was like, oh, I'm not really thinking nothing of it. And I haven't really thought anything of it for years, until this year, 2024, right before I went back home for the family trip in June. I was having stomach pain every single day. So I ended up going on the trip. It kind of like leveled off a little bit, but when I got back home, it was terrible. I'm talking about stomach pain every day, throwing up every day, and like drastic weight loss. I lost a total, I think right now I'm sitting at losing like a total of 90 pounds. And it's still going. Because this is an ongoing issue. I did go to my doctor. They put me on medication to kind of like help, and it's helped a lot. I have an upcoming appointment just for them to do like the final check on my stomach, just to make sure there's nothing that they're missing. But yeah, it's just made me very aware of how important your health needs to be. And y'all, I swear, if you have any issue that's going on, please go to your doctors, find out what's going on. Make sure you check on that, because this health issue, it definitely did scare me, even though, you know, I put on the show like you smile, you keep pushing. It's been a lot. To lose 90 pounds in a matter of, I want to say, let me see, July, August, September, October. In a matter of like 5 months, I've lost 90 pounds. In a matter of a month, like when I first went to my doctor and followed up with her in like 6 weeks, I had dropped 50 pounds just in that 6 weeks. So it's been a lot. It's taken a toll on me, honestly. But I'm doing better. I'm blessed. I can just say that I'm blessed. I'm getting stuff done, getting certain tests done, getting good news. So I'm kind of just going to leave it at that. It is still ongoing. But that's another reason why I really haven't been doing YouTube, because I've been focusing on my health, doing like a new journey, eating a little bit different. And yeah, that's what's been going on with that. Let's see. Somebody said, who would you vote for, Kamala, and I may be pronouncing her name wrong, or Trump? I'm not a big political person. I'm not really into politics at all. I have done my research. It's definitely going to be Kamala over Trump, and that's just my personal opinion. I know everybody has their personal opinion. Everybody like who they like. That's on y'all. Me personally, it would be Kamala over Trump. I feel like Trump was president before. He showed us what he could do, which was not much. And I think a lot of y'all really have to start being, because I've been hearing people talk about that. A lot of y'all really need to educate yourselves on what that man did when he was in office, because y'all saying stimulus checks and this and that. That man had nothing to do with those stimulus checks at all. I'm not even gonna go down that rabbit hole. Just do your research. But yeah, it'll be Kamala if I had to vote. What is my favorite dish to cook? Y'all, my favorite dish to cook is spaghetti. And when I moved to Texas, someone taught me a certain way to cook it. And when I tell you, chef's kiss, I love spaghetti. And also wings. I like wings too. What do you plan on doing for your birthday next year? So the plan is for me to go to Jamaica next year. I don't care if I have to go on a birthday trip by myself. I'm going to do something different for my birthday, because I feel like every year I really downplay my birthday. She's like, oh, it's just another year, whatever the case may be. I really don't take it serious. Okay, I get happy birthdays, whatever. I don't really never do anything for myself for my birthday. So next year, turning 25, I plan on going to Jamaica. It's supposed to be me, a couple of cousins, and a couple of friends. We supposed to be going to Jamaica, so I look forward to that, honestly. Where was the last place that you went on vacation? I went to Florida. I went to Jacksonville, Florida, and I had a really, really good time. This person's, y'all, I should have did like a mukbang or a little shot if you don't want to answer the question, but I can't drink because of my stomach now, but I should have did that. Somebody said, we're going to skip that question because we're going to skip that question. Somebody said, do you prefer a private relationship or a public relationship? A private relationship, hands down. Going forward, that is the only thing that I'm going to do, is a private relationship. And when I mean private, I don't mean secret relationship. I mean a private relationship where I'm dating someone. People know that we're in a relationship. They know that it's us that's dating, but it's not like something that's broadcasted all over social media. Because I feel like that's honestly, at times, what can ruin a relationship. So I personally prefer a private relationship. Just don't keep me a secret. I'm not going to keep you a secret. Have you ever had to cut off certain family members? Absolutely. And you know what's crazy? My cutting off, like some people go out of their way to like let people know that they're cut off. My cutoff is I just don't fuck with you like that. Like I can be around you if we're in the same setting. I can even hold a conversation with you. But it's certain people that in my family, I just don't rock with like that. I just don't. And it's honestly because, how can I say this? Me getting older and like looking back and reflecting on like different milestones and stuff that I accomplished in my life, like, you know, graduating high school, graduating college, moving across states, doing different things. I I did like self-reflection or reflection or whatever you want to call it. And I really looked at who was there for me throughout those years. And knowing that people that should have been there was not there, I can't rock with you. And that's just it. But like I said, I have cut family members off. And it's certain family members that I would never talk to them a day in my life if I don't have to. That's just me being honest. And when I say like being supportive through like those milestones, I'm not even talking about on a level of like monetary, like, oh, money, gifts, like just a text message of, you know, how's school doing? You know, you good? You need anything? I know you driving. I know you want to go home sometimes on the weekend. Let me give you some gas money. Or you might don't want to eat the cat food. Let me send you a little money for this. Or, you know, just checking on you, just seeing how your mental is doing. Because honestly, my junior year of college, my mental state was terrible. I was depressed. And I can count on probably two hands the amount of people, less than 10 people, that checked on me and made sure I was good. But we ain't even going too in depth with that. Just know, yes, I have cut some family members off. Fuck them. Next question is, I'm a little too late. Somebody said, do you plan on going home for homecoming? No, I missed homecoming. I do need to go one year though. Back to Fayetteville State and actually go to homecoming and participate, because I did not participate while I was there as a student that much. And that is one thing that I regret. But no. And by the time I'm doing this video, I think homecoming was last night. The whole, like the big yard event or whatever was last night. What is one big financial mistake that you regret? So, y'all nosy and messy. But one financial mistake that I did that I regret, but I would say, I'm not gonna say that I regret it, but I'm just gonna say it was a financial mistake. So me moving to Texas and me moving into the apartment that I had moved into, y'all, that was a terrible mistake. And it really just put me in a bad financial state at the time because my rent was so expensive. And all I had was a 2-bedroom apartment. And if you go back to like my apartment tours, y'all, I didn't even have room for a dining room table. Like everything was literally right. As soon as you walk in the door, there was a kitchen, living room, bedrooms on each side with the bathrooms, closet. That was it. That apartment was so expensive. And it was honestly my fault. I did do a budget, like I knew how much my rent was gonna be. I did do a budget. What messed me up was I did not properly do the research and I didn't properly calculate the amount of taxes that was gonna be taken out of my check. I was looking at it from a perspective of like how much taxes were being taken out at the time of what I was making. And then I was like, oh, Texas don't have state taxes, so that's not gonna be taken out. Not realizing when I got here, the more money you make, the more that they take out for taxes. And I was getting knocked over the head with like federal taxes and whatever else, some little deductions that they taken out. So that was like the biggest mistake because I was like up to my neck in bills, and it was really my rent. The rent was turning me everywhere but loose. But the reason why I say it wasn't a regret of mine is because it honestly taught me how to manage money and how to budget. But yeah, your boy was living paycheck to paycheck. Loved the apartment, absolutely loved it. And I was honestly blessed to be able to stay there my full lease. And honestly, once I actually started working, like seeing how my checks was, I was able to like adjust certain things and kind of like change like my 401k contribution, because that was extremely high. So I was able to change that. And then God was able to like bless me with like raises. So I was able to get good. But to put in perspective, y'all, the townhouse that I have now, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, dining room, garage, backyard, all of that, less than what I was paying in that apartment. Apartment was beautiful. It was very nice, but I'm paying less. So that was my biggest financial mistake. But like I said, I learned a lot from it, honestly. And I would just say, make sure you do your your research when you are getting ready to move somewhere. Make sure you know your research. Make sure you know exactly how much you're going to be making. Because after I moved here, y'all, I saw so many apartments that were similar to mine and cheaper. So I really wish I would have done something different. But you live and you learn. When is the next time you plan on going back home? I plan on going home for Thanksgiving, and I cannot wait. Y'all stay tuned for the vlogs. I'm gonna do a vlog, like me vlogging, going back home, like, you know, the airport, the whole 9 yards, packing, that and that. And then I'm gonna do a vlog with like people, like my family, my friends while I'm there. I'm having like a little small get together when I get there that weekend. So y'all just stay tuned, because I promise y'all, pinky swear, that I'm gonna start getting consistent with doing videos. I just gotta start mapping out what videos I wanna do. But those are the next videos that y'all are gonna be seeing. Is the Thanksgiving going home, the vlog while I'm there, and then probably some other little fun stuff that I can try to do while I'm there to get I need some content, okay, to be put out. Let's see. Some of y'all ask like the same question. Let me go back and find the old questions. Hold on. Somebody asked, where do you get your clothes from? Y'all, I get my clothes from everywhere. Me being like a big dude, even though I lost weight, I'm still a big dude. I'm always gonna be a big boy. I'm just gonna say what it is. When it comes down to jeans, I get my jeans from DXL. DXL has some really good quality jeans. They ain't a little expensive, but good quality jeans. There's a website called Jordan Craig. That's where I get like my jeans that are like, I don't want to say weird, but like with the different colors and like the patches and all of that. Like the funky jeans or whatever you want to call it. I get it from Jordan Craig. Jordan Craig is expensive, well, but the quality, chef's kiss. I also get pants from True Religion. Shirts, sweatpants, stuff like that. I go to Boohooman, Fashion Nova, and then that's mainly it. Fashion Nova, Boohooman, Jordan Craig, DXL, True Religion. I do places like that. Graphic tees, I get graphic tees from anywhere. I'll get a graphic tee out of Walmart. Putting y'all on game. But yeah, that's where I get my clothes from. Do you have any hidden talents? I do not have any hidden talents. I wish I could sing. I don't have any hidden talents. Something that I'm trying to turn into a talent of mine is YouTube and content creation and editing videos. I'm still in the process of learning. This question states, what are you going back to school for? I'm going back to school for my master's in business administration. Yeah, going back for my master's in business administration. I feel like business administration is like that universal degree that kind of unlocks a lot of different doors, if I'm being honest. If you could go back and do college over, would you, and why? Yes, I would. Junior and senior, my best year of college was my sophomore year. That was the absolute best time, worry-free. I don't think I was working then. I didn't have any stress on me. I was having a good time. I was actually like involved with doing different stuff. Junior and senior year was like around when COVID happened. There really wasn't a lot of events. I was really just working full time and going to school, which led to a led to a lot of stress. So yeah, I would do it over, and I would actually do a different major. If y'all do not know, my undergrad degree is in accounting. I would have honestly went back. If I could do it over, I would have done cybersecurity. A lot of people do not know, but cybersecurity is a very, very good degree to obtain. Me looking at like different jobs is a very lucrative career field. There's a lot of opportunities in that field. There's a lot of growth in that field. And yeah, that's all I'm saying. Cybersecurity. So if you plan on going back to school or you're about to get into school, look, and you don't know what you want to do, look into cybersecurity. I'm not going to say the coursework is easy, because anything worth having is not going to be easy. I do not know any degree that anybody has obtained, no matter the major or the minor, that they've said it was easy. So, but yeah, look into that if you haven't. What do I do for work? So I am a bodily injury adjuster. So pretty much what I do is whenever someone is involved in an accident and they file a claim through either their insurance or the at-fault party's insurance, I'm the individual that is going to be obtaining all of your medical information, reviewing all of that, going over your injuries, and then ultimately I'm the one that pretty much do like the settlements, whether that's with the party that was injured directly, or if they have like an attorney, I'm dealing with the attorney directly, the paralegal, the law firm itself, etc., etc. Next question, what is a dream job of yours? As I stated earlier in the video, a dream job of mine would be to have my own podcast, like being an influencer in general. But like having my own podcast, bringing people on, having like different discussions on different topics, getting to know like famous people, like that would be essentially what I would love to do. A non-traditional 9 to 5. If I'm going 9 to 5, a dream job of mine, I don't have anything particular, but I would love to work for like the government or the state, honestly. Are there any friendships that you would be willing to rekindle? I feel like this question depends on what happened in the friendship, because there are certain friendships that ended for a reason and I would never rekindle it. But there are certain friendships that I felt like it's just more so like we grew apart. But yeah, there are certain friendships that I honestly would rekindle, if I'm being honest. Next question, what made you move to Texas? I moved to Texas because I got a job opportunity. So I got a job opportunity after I graduated college, and the opportunity landed me here in Houston, Texas. Never thought I would have moved to Houston, but hey, God be knowing. Let's see. Trying to find some good questions, y'all. Do you have any advice for someone who is starting college as a first-time college student, first-time college student? Advice I would say is just make sure you get involved as far as like the school and campus and going to like different events. I'm not saying you got to become SGA president or nothing like that, but just make sure you get in the mix of like college events, because one thing about college, there is something for everyone to do. You got, what is it called? Is it chorus or choir? Chorus? Yeah. You got chorus. You got all different type of sports like track, football, basketball, volleyball, golf. You got stuff like SGA, which is like student government. You got things like just different organizations for like, you got stuff like newspaper and the radio talk. Like, it's a lot of stuff for you to do at a college. Just make sure you get involved, because it will help your years go by so smooth, because you just don't want to be wrapped up in your room, because I promise you that would just lead you to being depressed and not really wanting to be there, and honestly wanting you to go back home. So I just say make sure you get involved. And then also by the end of your, I would say your first year, your freshman year, please know what you want to go to school for. Like, please know your major. People are like, oh, you got time, you got time, you got time. Y'all don't believe that. Because depending on what major you want to do, depends on your course load. And I've known people that have changed their major last minute and it added on like an additional year, year and a half of school. So just make sure you know by the end of your freshman year what you want to go to school for. So that's my advice. And then also meet you some friends. Meet you some friends. Y'all hang out, rely on one another, and make sure when you walk in these campuses that you do not walk at night alone. Walk in a group. Just saying. Let's see. How many dogs do you have? So y'all, now I have 2 dogs. Y'all know Milo. I've had Milo since I stayed in North Carolina. But I also have a new dog now. Her name is Raven. She is an Aussie Doodle. So I have 2 dogs now. I'm a dog dad to 2. Should have kept it at 1, but now I got 2. Okay, this is kind of something similar to what I asked before. Somebody said, well, it's more so like a statement. They said, I see you as just being a rich uncle. That's it, that's all. I'm still that rich uncle, y'all. I'm still living that dream of that rich uncle. Malik love the kids. When it come down to my little cousins, when it come down to like my little nephew that I consider like my godson or whatever, y'all, anything for them. Anything for the kids. Malik love the kids. But I do plan on having my own kids one day. But I'm still going to be that rich uncle and rich dad. Do you have a good relationship with your parents? I have an awesome relationship with my parents. What am I pausing for? I have an awesome relationship with my parents. My mother is like my best friend. Like, my mother is someone that I can go to and vent about anything. When it comes down to me needing something, my parents are there. They're supportive. They've been there through my milestones, everything. I really cannot complain, to be honest. Now, I will say, of course, with your parents, I don't know what's going on. The brightness going down on my phone. But I feel like with your parents, like, stuff happen. You have like those obstacles where, you and your parents be getting into it because, you grown and they still trying to tell you what you need to do in life. I feel like that happens, but I can honestly say I have a good relationship with my parents and I'm just blessed to have that because a lot of people don't. When you finish with school, would you go back again? I don't know. I would love to go and get my PhD just to be called Dr. Milner. I just want the name. Call me Dr. Milner. That's it. I would love to go. I would like to go back for that. But y'all, school is expensive. Okay? Your boy has some debt with the school. But no, I don't know. I might. And this question is kind of similar. Somebody said, well, still on the same topic. Somebody said, what made you go back to school? Okay, y'all, sorry about that. The thing died, and I don't know what I was thinking because I knew it needed to be charged. But basically, the question that I left off on as what made me go back to school, I went back to school because this time it was different. Like, I went back to school for me, and I feel like there's no extra pressure with me getting my master's degree because I feel like with my bachelor's degree, it was just different. Like with my bachelor's degree, I feel like I was going to school mainly to prove a point. I was going to prove a point of like, despite my circumstances, despite where I came from, I can do it. And that was also like my motivation. And then I also just felt like a lot of pressure from family to do it. Because like, they love me, they motivated me too, and they knew what I had been through. So yeah, like I can honestly say I got my bachelor's degree to honestly prove a point and to also for certain doors to be open. But kind of getting back to the original question, I went back because this time it's something that I'm doing for myself. It's something that I enjoy doing it. I'm going at like a slower pace. And also I have an end goal in mind as far as my career. In order for me to get to that end goal, I have to have further education. And especially in this economy, y'all, like a bachelor's degree used to weigh so much, but it's like now a bachelor's degree does not weigh what it used to. Like at this point, you have to get higher education. And I'm talking about master's, PhD higher. But yeah, that's really been my reason of like going back. And but I'm not gonna get too in depth with that because that's kind of a little touchy subject. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. What is your biggest pet peeve? My biggest pet peeve is ignorant people, and there's a lot of stuff that falls under that umbrella. But we just gonna leave it. I can't do ignorant people. Like that right there gets under my skin so bad, so bad. Let's see. Somebody said, "Where were you last weekend?" Probably in the house, or out shopping. That's where I be at. Catch me there, or trying a new food place in Houston. That's it. That's all. Would you be able to have a roommate? Absolutely not. Can't nobody stay with me. I'm gonna be honest. And it's not because like I'm a hard person to deal with. I personally do not like roommates. I did that my freshman and sophomore year of college. I don't like roommates at all. And me being grown, I will downsize my whole life before I have to rely on a roommate to pay my bills. I'm sorry. And that probably sound bad. I like my own personal space. I like my peace and quietness at times. Now, unless like I move in with a partner, I feel like that's different. But just like a regular roommate or like a friend, no, absolutely not. Can't do it. What is your favorite liquor at the moment? Right now, I would say Don Julio if I'm going like on that end of the scale. On the other end of like some cheaper alcohol, and I promise you, this alcohol, you will not have a hangover. I'm one of those individuals when I was drinking, I would have hangovers. El Jimador. Listen to me for my people that drink. El Jimador is an alcohol that will sneak up on you, have you feeling good, and you will not have a hangover. If you are the one that be throwing up in the morning, or your stomach be hurting, or you be having to use a bathroom, I promise you, and it will not have you feeling bad the next day. El Jimador. Or maybe it's just me, but I'm telling you. Those are like my favorite two right now. Are you the type of person to cook or go out? Go out. I'm not big on cooking, but ever since like my stomach, I have been attempting to cook more. But I would prefer to go out because cook can just be too much. Like getting the groceries, cooking, and cleaning up after, it just be a lot. It's just going out to eat be simple and quick. But it's like now, these restaurants now are just not good. So I've been trying to cook. Was my elbow ashy? Oh, about to say. But yeah, I prefer to go out, but I have been cooking more. Oh, let's see. This is more so of a statement. Somebody said, I could see you being a businessman one day. I really want to work for myself, if I'm being honest. I really would prefer to work for myself. And I have a lot of business ideas, and it's a lot of stuff that I want to do. It's just a matter of, I'm the type of person where I just cannot jump head into a situation. I be needing to do my research. And like I said, your boy just been booked and busy. Work, school, health issues, other little stuff. I have not been doing what I need to do. But I would love to own a business. I actually was just speaking to my mother the other day about something I want to do back home. But I just need to do my research on it first. But yeah, I do want to be a businessman one day. Same question, or similar question, I should say. What happened to you growing your hair out? I guess your boy just said forget it. Y'all, at one point in time, I was growing my hair back out because I was on like this little wave of wanting dreads. It was taking too long for me. Like the whole growing my hair out, and then it was like the ugly phases that I was going through. I wasn't feeling it, so I was just like, forget it. Just cut my hair back off. Let me go ahead and get back on these waves, and we just gonna go with that. Somebody said, what all platforms do you post on? Honestly, just Snapchat and Facebook. I recently have taken a break from Instagram because I just feel like Instagram was getting a little toxic for me. And I be on TikTok too. But really soon, I'm probably just gonna do a social media cleanse for like at least a month from just everything because I feel like it's so much negativity on social media in general. But then it's also hard with me trying to do YouTube and not post on social media. So gotta weigh my pros and cons with that. Somebody says, what was you doing in Florida? If you know, you know. If you in the private story, then you know what I was doing in Florida. I'm not gonna put my business out there like that. And if you got me on Facebook, do you know what I was doing in Florida when I was in Florida? And that's it. No, I'm just playing. But no, I'm serious. If you know, you know. Any good recent shows or movies that you've watched? Movies, I saw the documentary on Netflix called, what is it called? Sweet Bobby, A Catfish Nightmare. That was good. I recently watched this TV series called, oh God, what is it called? It's called Escape at Dannemora or something, something like that. That's a good series. I just finished it up. I did not like the way it ended, and it came out in like 2018. But I'm finna tune into the Tyler Perry show. Lincoln Lawyer is another good one on Netflix. But yeah, I'm really not big on TV like that. Like I will be on my phone more than I watch TV, if I'm being honest. Would you ever move back to North Carolina? And if so, where would you move? I don't want to say what I wouldn't do because you never know what path God will put you on. Because I said I would never move to Texas, and here I am. But if I ever moved to North Carolina, I honestly would probably try to move to Charlotte. And if I were to get any close to my hometown of Wilson, the closest I'm going to go is Raleigh. And that's probably about it. But yeah, I would move back to North Carolina if God puts me on that path. And yeah, it would be like Charlotte or Raleigh. That's it. That's all. Are you a fan of Yeezys? I have one pair of Yeezys that I like. It's like this other pair of Yeezys that I want. I'm not a big fan, but I do like a couple of other shoes, to be honest. Let's see. Is there anyone that you vent to? Yes, there are a handful of people that I vent to occasionally, but there is nobody I can honestly say that I will tell everything about me. I just can't do that. But there are a few people that I vent to. Love y'all. What was the last dish that you cooked? Yesterday I made some hamburger steak and rice with seasoned green beans. Chef's kiss. Would you drive home one day? Yes, I just have to figure that out and actually plan that out because that is like a 20-hour drive. That is a long drive. But yes, I would drive back home. What is one pair of shoes that a lot of people don't like that you actually like or that you actually have? Ooh. I'm not gonna say a lot of people don't like this shoe, but it's the new Nikes, the Vomero or something like that. I really like those. Matter of fact, I got a screenshot of that shoe. I just took a picture of it the other day. Here it is. Y'all, I don't know. I'm feeling, it's like, to me, people are like, oh, those are walking shoes, but I'm feeling this shoe. I don't know. I think the older I get, the more I start to like other shoes outside of just Jordans. Like, you know, New Balance got some hot shoes. Nike be coming out with some nice shoes. But yeah, those are the ones that I'm looking at now. I'm thinking about getting, honestly. How do you like Texas? If I'm being honest, I like Texas, but I'm low-key getting a little tired of Texas. Mainly because of the traffic in Houston. The traffic in Houston and the weather here is terrible. And then outside of that, one thing I don't like about Texas, and I just experienced this my second year of being here, going into my third year, is honestly, Houston's infrastructure is terrible. Those hurricanes that we got hit with every time, either the power going out or the internet going out. And I'm not talking about going out for like a day and come back. I'm talking about it's out for like a week or more. So I like Houston, I like Texas, but those are things that I don't really like. So y'all might be seeing me back in North Carolina eventually. What cousins are you the closest with? This got to be one of them asking this. Kaija and Donnell are my two closest cousins, and I think it's because we're so close in age. Like, we're close in age, and we just done a lot of stuff, like, growing up. Like, I look at them as being my siblings and really not my cousins. When I tell you we can argue and get back cool and act like ain't nothing happened, or if one of us got it and the other ones don't, that person gonna take over and vice versa. Like, and we just been through so much together growing up as cousins, honestly. But yeah, Kaija and Donnell. What is your guilty pleasure show? Baddies. Baddies and Jocelyn's Cabaret is my guilty pleasure shows. I actually like them shows. I ain't even gonna hold you. I be tuned in. Okay. Favorite color. My favorite color is red. Okay, so a lot of these questions that I'm going through, and that's kind of why I'm doing like a lot of pausing. A lot of them are repetitive. I think I'm gonna answer like a couple more questions and wrap the video up because I don't want the video to be too long. Let's see. This is a statement, but I actually like this because I thought about this. Somebody said you should do moving vlog, not somebody should. Oh, no, they're asking. Okay, no, this is a question. So they said, when is the next moving vlog? This got to be somebody being shady because I be moving every year. I'm not going to have any moving vlog series anytime soon. Not until probably around this year. No, next year around this time. I did renew my lease, so my lease is not up until like September of next year. So that's probably the next time y'all will get a moving vlog series out of me. No, somebody asked, let me see where it is. I gotta find it. Okay, here it is. Somebody said you should really be like the people on TikTok that do the apartment tours for different apartment complexes in Houston. I have honestly thought about that, and I may actually do that because there are people that want to move to Houston. They be trying to figure out like different areas. I may actually get into that, so stay tuned. And let me see, I'm going to do one last question. Let's see. I'm trying to find a good one, y'all. I don't know. We might wrap it up at that last question. Okay, we'll do this one. What is your go-to restaurant or fast food restaurant? Because it's like a little verbiage. I don't know what that is. I think it's saying, what is my go-to fast food restaurant? My go-to fast food restaurant lately has been Popeyes. And I know I'm supposed to be eating that. So maybe I should do a different one. It's been Popeyes. We gonna tell the truth. It's been Popeyes. But anyways, y'all, I'm not gonna. It's a lot more. I do have more questions, but I feel like that was kind of. This video has been good with the questions that I did ask. Like I said, that's kind of been where I've been, what's been going on, kind of like a little life update. But I am going to get consistent with my videos. So again, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the notification bell so you know when I post more content. I promise y'all will be getting notifications because I will be posting content. Like I said, I'm going home for Thanksgiving. I'm doing a video with that, I'm doing vlogging while I'm there. I'm planning on seeing a lot of people. So y'all definitely stay tuned for the content. I love y'all. Deuces.